I've been talking about OEM for the last how many minutes now, Office of Emergency Management here in the city of Santa Monica. And now, I've also talked about the state-of-the-art place that they have here. And Paul is going to explain to us what areas are in this venue.
Sure. This is our Emergency Operations Center. This is the point where all city resources are coordinated following an emergency in Santa Monica. This is where our police, our fire, our public works crews, and our city leaders gather to make good decisions on priorities, on how to help the community, help the businesses, help the residents, help the visitors in town.
This is making me want to live in Santa Monica, but actually you help everyone in Santa Monica live, work, and play.
That's right. We understand we have a great responsibility in our city. People are coming to visit, to shop, to play, to vacation, as well as work and live. And we want all of them not only to be prepared prior to something, but when something happens, we want to be able to support their needs.
Do all cities have something like this, something like what you have?
Sure. Most cities do. Most cities have a structure with an emergency management system. The city of LA has a very big facility as well. They're much bigger than us. But they do the same tasks that we do. They do operations and planning and finance. And they cover, again, the people who live, work, and play in Los Angeles as well.
And I guess what's impressive to me is the way this is set out, and also everything looks new, feels new. There's some high-tech equipments and gadgets here as well. Can you explain to us about all those?
Sure. Well, like you mentioned, our facility is just 1 year old, and we did a lot of research about state-of-the-art facilities, how to foster communication both within the facility itself as well as with our partners, with the businesses, the residents, other local governments like Los Angeles County. And we have computer systems, we have technology, phones, satellite phones, and just ways to foster the response and make sure that we're doing the best for the most amount of people.
So behind us are rows and rows of seats with computers. What are those? I'm guessing for people to answer calls.
Some of it is answering calls. Most of it is coordinating resources within the city itself. So as I mentioned, every department is represented in this room, and they're all trained. We train year-round about how to make good decisions, how to help the most amount of people. We have an operations section, which are really the guys doing the work out in the field. We have a planning section, which are giving us direction. We have a management section, which is in charge, telling us what are the city's priorities. We have logistics. They're really the getters, the ones that are gathering our resources. And then we have finance, as important, the ones that are paying for these resources.
On the wall behind us are big TVs, also a big computer screen. What are those for?
Those are for having real-time situational awareness. We can plug into whether it's the internet or the TV, what's happening outside of our windows right here, and a computer system to help gather and disseminate that information, again, to make sure it's all about having good information and making good decisions based on that information.
Now, Paul, for people that are watching, and we're broadcast all over Southern California, even in Hawaii where the show is syndicated, if they're watching and they're thinking, oh, this is in Santa Monica, what does it do for me? What will it do for me? Why is talking about this and talking about emergency preparedness so important?
Well, it's important. I mean, one of the tenets of emergency management is all disasters are local. So whatever happens here, what happens in Hawaii or other parts of the region, we can learn from it, and we can learn, to talk to our governments, to get trained, to get prepared. And most cities do have a similar structure, if not as a robust facility. They do have people working in the same structure as we do. If we have an event like a major earthquake in Los Angeles, we're working with LA City, LA County, communicating and making good decisions with our resources.
What about the different areas here, aside from this, that coordinates with the people, with the public? Any other areas, I guess, coordinating with the media?
We have a very well-run public information system, which, again, one of the benefits of Southern California is we are a media capital. So year-round, we're working with our media, whether it's the print media, the TV media, or the the internet media. We have a tremendous opportunity to reach a lot of people in a very quick amount of time, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or sending out email alerts, things like that. The best you can do to help yourself after a disaster is be informed, and that's what our public information department does.
And when we talk about disasters, calamities, emergencies, what are the threats? Not just here in California, I guess, not just here in Santa Monica, rather, but in California in general, or in the U.S.?
Sure. Well, the threats vary region by region. For Santa Monica and for Southern California as a whole, earthquakes are our number one threat. We know we live in earthquake country. You've all heard it's not a matter of if, but when, and that's really true. The steps you take to prepare for an earthquake are the same as you would for any emergency. We want to get prepared. We want to have a kit, a plan, and be informed. Other events that we prepare for, unfortunately, in this day and age, terrorism is a major concern. A high-profile location such as Santa Monica or Los Angeles is always a potential target, as well as we have a lot of large-scale events, the Los Angeles Marathon, Glow Festival, the Oscars, things like this where it attracts a large number of people, and we just always want to be ready.
When you just talked about it, you're just mentioning it casually. I was getting scared already, and but it's not right to just stop and be scared, because we need to get this information and arm ourselves with what we need to do, what we need to prepare.
That's right. And on days like this, when it's a beautiful sunny day outside and there is no disaster going on for us currently, take the time now to get prepared. One of the things we do mention is, as opposed to the East Coast or the South, where you watch hurricanes and tornadoes, on TV for days in advance, we don't have that luxury in California for an earthquake. We're not going to have the warning, so why not take the time today to go home, check your water, make a family plan, understand how you're going to get in contact with those you love, and just be prepared today.